can you take away from this one?
I thought we did a really good job of not giving up many odd man rushes. When we did, it was mostly the third, so something we just keep talking about that can't happen.
So ultimately, just penalties that made the difference here, getting it to LB.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. 6 on 4 there. I thought we did a pretty good job keeping everything outside. It's a nice tip play, but I don't know.
What did you make of the effort you got from Aston-Reese tonight?
The what, sorry?
Zach Aston-Reese's play tonight.
Yeah, it was great. I thought he was hungry on the puck. I think a lot of us were hungry on the puck tonight. We made a lot of great plays. We're around it. We're around the O-zone making plays. We just need to try and get more second opportunities and kind of dirty pucks around there.
Zach, what do you guys take away from a game like this?
It's nice to get 1 point out of it. Sucks having the lead with that little time left and giving it up, but rather have it happen now than in the playoffs. And the 6 on 4 situation, it's going to happen again for sure. So definitely something we could watch the tape and learn from, and hopefully down the stretch be a lot better at.
What do you see on the penalty shot?
I don't know. I've been playing against Lyon for a long time, going back to USHL days, and I've kind of had his number since then. But I was, just trying to keep it simple, get a shot off, and backhand, forehand, low blocker. But he made a good save.
What do you make of how he played tonight? Because he was a late, obviously, call upon with Bobrovsky. What stood out about his game?
He just got the job done. We got him scrambling a little bit, but we weren't able to capitalize. And sometimes that's how you have to goalie, and it's just not how pretty it looks. It's just a matter of keeping the puck out of the net, and he did a good job of that tonight.
Like the night Samsonov had that too. Zach?
Pardon?
Like the night Samsonov had that for you guys.
Yeah, he played well. He kind of tough spot for him there at the end. Like I mentioned earlier with that situation, but he's been a rock for us all year, and tonight was no different.
Auston, what do you guys take from a game like tonight?
I think other than the first 5 minutes or so, I thought we played a pretty good game. But obviously, you leave the rink a little bit sour, just not getting that extra point there at the end. So, obviously, I think there's plenty of things you can take away from the game, but obviously, still not ideal.
What do you make of the power play tonight?
Yeah, not great. I think just a little bit disconnected there, and maybe overcomplicating things at times instead of just keeping it a little bit more simple and breaking them down at the start and then letting things open up. But I just felt like it was a little bit disconnected at times, and I think we could have really used a boost from our power play tonight. Definitely at certain times throughout the game, and to allow us to gain a lead or just carry a little bit more momentum coming out. Of the power play. But yeah, that's on us.
First game in a little while for Ilya. What did you make of this game?
I thought he was great. He made some big saves, looked comfortable in there, and he was just doing his thing. And I thought he looked great.
Do you think you had it won with a couple chances you had in overtime?
I thought I had some good chances there. Try to make good on them, and just. I don't know what happened on the one I tried to take across. I just kind of, maybe mishandled it there last second, and then obviously made a nice save there on the second try. But I'll take those opportunities any chance I can get, and in my mind, those are going in more times than not.
Your first game in more than a week. How did you feel tonight?
Perfect. A little bit hard in the first period. More like speed and timing. A little bit. I need a little bit remember for my body how. Plus, Florida is this after rush team most of the time. This guy's pretty good, really good speed. I need 5-10 minutes before I feel comfortable. It's normally after how many days? Maybe 7 days I didn't play. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you practicing this not like in a game. A little bit different.
Try to quickly turn the page on the first goal. It happened 1 minute into the game.
Bad bounce, and it's a little bit easy goal for Florida. Yeah, he's have a lot of time. Yeah, and just a good shoot, no questions. My mind is never change. Doesn't matter goal or or safe or good game or bad game, I need to try to stay in the middle. Yeah, not a lot of emotion up and down. Yeah, just stay focused, and I'm just stay focused on the next moment.
Have you been better at that this year, do you think? Have you been better at that this year?
Yes, I'm trying to work with this. Sometimes you miss it this. Sometimes you get better than last year. Yeah, like I'm still young, 26. Yeah, I'm still teaching every day. Yeah, I'm trying to get better every day. This is just what I need right now.
You and Coach Carberry have a connection with Hershey, obviously. What's that like being reunited with him, and what are some of your fond memories from being in Hershey?
Excuse me, who?
In Hershey?
Yeah, who, coach?
Coach Spencer Carberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, your time, you both spent some time in Hershey, just, that connection and what you remember from your time there.
We really good relationship with him. Yeah, like we stay with him 1 year in the Hershey. It's a good year for me. I mean, like a lot of new and a lot of change. I'm changed country first time in my life. This new life for me because it's too far my hometown. Yeah, he's helped me all the time in Hershey and here. We're talking with him a lot. Yeah, I just want to say thank you for him.
Growing up, who were the goalies that you looked up to?
For what?
When you were growing up, when you were a kid, who were the goalies you looked up to?
I think maybe like everybody saying the same. Yeah, Brodo. Brodo a little bit after Price. Yeah. Right now Vasilevsky is dominating this league. Yeah. A lot of good goalies right now. This game has changed. The goal is more mobility, more stretch. Like league is different right now.
A lot of good Russian goalies now. There hasn't been as many before.
Yeah. We have what we have. Yeah.
What was it like dealing with Kachuk tonight?
What do you
What
mean?
was it like playing Kachuk tonight? It looked like he was trying to get you sometimes.
It's okay. Everybody know. It's not surprise for me and for everybody. He's a good player. Yeah, he's interesting play against him. He's almost 100 points right now. Yeah, in this season. Yes, so interesting. He's a smart guy. He's see the pass very well and see partners. A really interesting play against these guys. Yeah.
Sheldon, your thoughts on the game? You guys looked like you controlled most of the play. But,
Yeah, I thought we played a good game. Didn't score enough to win, and then made some mistakes at the end that cost us the extra point.
Tough penalty to take, obviously, but if you guys make more of your power plays, if you're not in that situation.
Yeah, for sure. Whether it's power plays or some of the chances we had at 5-on-5, had opportunities to bury them and build the substantial lead, and we've seen this a lot. Where you let teams hang around and they end up getting points from you.
Ilya Samsonov in his return tonight, Sheldon.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was really good. We obviously don't help him with the first shot that he faces there, but after that we didn't give up a lot. But I thought we definitely had some looks, and he looked sharp.
is it your philosophy on a 2-on-1 to give up the shot and take the pass away?
I think it's very play specific and even sometimes player specific. We've got some guys that are extremely good at sliding and taking away a little bit of both and taking away the bottom half of the net and making it easier. It's a tricky one. I think I've talked to 100 different coaches over the years, and everybody has a different opinion on it. And I think what we've settled on is that it's very player specific. You have to read the hand of the player. You have to read the timing of it, the spacing of it. But in general, you want to prevent the pass from coming across, whether that's to take away it with your stick or to lay out. You want to help the goalie and make it a little bit simpler for him there.
Historically, when coaches throughout the game, you're calling out the next line. Coaches often just call the center's name and sends that line with the center. Now that you have the unusual number, how do you call out what's next, and how complicated has that become or not become as you do it?
No, with 11 guys, it's a little trickier, though for the most part, the last chunk of time that we've played with 11, basically the top two lines have remained the same, so it's remained standard. John, your line, Auston, your line. Sometimes, a couple times tonight I put Bunce in your Croc spot, and you call that out a little bit differently. So it's a little bit unique in that sense, but within the 11, we've found a lot more consistency within the lines. The top, like I said, the top two lines are rarely broken up, and you're just kind of moving around the other five. I think that's something that as we've gone through it, we've found works better. Just try to keep things relatively normal for the top six, and then the other five. Especially when we have Shari in, I think those guys are all interchangeable and all do a good job. And actually credit to Simmer tonight too. Wayne Simmons has done a really good job, not just tonight, but each of the games we've had him in here of late. He's done a really good job for us. So that's made it easier, but it's really been a top six and bottom five type of situation.
Have you found out about yourself while going through a process like this?
I've never done this. I've never done it this many games in either in a row or over a period of time. So I have learned a lot, not so much about myself, but about handling the situation. I've never really been through it before. And I think we've found a greater rhythm with it. Like I said, as we've settled into pretty much leaving the top two lines the same, and then you're giving extra minutes to the bottom group that maybe would play a little bit less if there was 12 forwards. Like we're getting more out of those guys as well.
That's great, Kevin. There's that moment once again, how many times that's not what I wanted.
In terms of
Who happens to be on the ice?
No. Better than that, Steve.
You want guys to raise their game this time of year, and guys obviously look like they are. What have you thought of the way Zach Aston-Reese has sort of raised
Yeah,
their game?
and that's a good example of a guy that I think through this, since the trade deadline and the times we've gone 11 with 11 forwards, a guy like Aston-Reese is playing more. Like I said, we're moving. We got a bottom five instead of a bottom six, and kind of moving those guys about. And so I think he's gotten on the ice more. He's found more of a rhythm. But also, I think as the trade deadline passes, a guy like him really settles in. We've been very clear with him about what our expectations are and what we need from him. I think he's done a really, really nice job here, really over the course, throughout the course of the month of March. I've liked a lot of what he gave us.
Further to Wayne, you glad to get him in some of these games, though?
Yeah. He's worked extremely hard and stayed patient. He's been very professional about everything, and to me, he's done a really good job with the minutes that he's gotten. Very smart with the puck, put it to good spots. Reese gets the goal tonight, but Simmer's right there too. He's involved with it, and even on the road, he's done a really good job for us.
I'm sorry, Coach, I wanted to ask you one question about your system. I'm sorry, we're in town with Hershey, with the NHL schedule. Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Carbs. We got a chance to work with him a lot in Hershey. You could talk about maybe how his role has grown and how much he's been a help to you here in Toronto.
Yeah, Carbs has been terrific. He's extremely detailed, very hardworking. Takes initiative to take on projects and look at what's happening with our group. Obviously, the power play is his main responsibility, and I think he's connected with our best players there and really helped put together a scheme and challenge those guys and give them the information that they need. But also, I think he's fitted really well with the rest of our staff, with Manny Maholcha, and he work really well together, and then obviously Dean Chanel too. But Spencer's a tremendous coach that works very hard, and it won't be long before he's answering these questions.